Good evening and thanks for joining us for WENY News at 11 o'clock. I'm Morrissey Walsh. It's going to be a chilly one out there tonight as temperatures could drop below 20 degrees. Meteorologist Connor Friedhoff has the latest on how next week is looking. Connor, what can you tell us? A car and a garbage truck collided in the town of Veteran early this afternoon. According to the Millport Fire Department, the crash happened just before 2 o'clock on Watkins Road by Smith Road. They say Route 14 was shut down in both directions while crews worked to clear the scene. The fire department says people were injured in this crash, but did not say just how many people or to what extent. We want to bring you a live look at something that's happening at that Trump rally that we just talked about a couple minutes ago. According to the New York Times, apparently there were some loud pops that sounded like gunshots that happened at that rally in Butler, PA. Trump was escorted off stage to his motorcade, and you can see there's police there. People have dispersed from the crowd. So that's certainly a developing situation, which we will continue to bring you updates as they become available. But this is the newest development in that campaign 2024 ahead of the RNC convention happening next week in Milwaukee. Tonight, we're following a breaking new development about the ongoing statewide prison strikes. Earlier this evening, striking corrections officers got a text message from the New York State Office of Employee Relations threatening termination for those who do not return to work. One person is in custody after a shooting earlier this afternoon in Bradford County. According to Pennsylvania State Police, one victim was shot, but there is no word on the extent of any injuries. Law enforcement say the shooting was an isolated incident and there is no threat to the community. State police are investigating at this time. A second meeting about the old Ingersoll Rand Foundry site on West Water Street in Painted Post is happening next week. Now, the site has been sitting vacant for quite some time, but the Village of Painted Post is asking for the public's opinion about what should happen to the site should it be developed. At the last meeting, neighbors talked about key issues of concern if the property was to be developed, like traffic concerns, pollution, things of that nature. And to be clear, there are no plans to develop the site at this point. That meeting is happening on July 13th from 1 to 2 p.m. at the Painted Post Village Hall, and all are invited to attend. Well, the month of April is Donate Life Month, and the New York DMV put out a reminder today highlighting the desperate need for registered organ donors. Last fall, for the first time ever, more than 50% of eligible New Yorkers were registered as potential organ donors. Now, that number stands at over 51%, and 80% of the people who sign up do so through the DMV. Now, despite this increase, there are roughly 8,000 people in New York State alone waiting for an organ transplant, which makes up 10% of the total need nationwide. Officials say one donor can save 8 lives and help improve the quality of life. The Guthrie Robert Packer Hospital still can't take calls at the campus in Sayre after it was hit by a power outage. According to Guthrie officials, efforts were made to immediately transition to backup power and patient care was not disrupted. But while power was restored, Guthrie says it can't take incoming calls. Anyone trying to call the Sayre campus should use that number that's on your screen. The remnants of Tropical Storm Debbie left residents of Tioga County, Pennsylvania, picking up the pieces. Months later, FEMA is still providing assistance, but applications need to be in by November 12th. People can apply face-to-face at the Tioga County Disaster Recovery Center, online, through the FEMA app, or they can call the FEMA helpline. Officials are encouraging people to ask questions and reach out sooner rather than later to see if they qualify for federal assistance.
A couple things I do want to remind people of too, this assistance is available for people who have insurance and people who don't have insurance. And also, this is money that we give to you to help you on the road to recovery. You do not return that money to us. I know, there have been some rumors about us requiring that the money is paid back. This is the money we give to you and you keep it. So I want to be clear on that.
Normal hours of operation at the Tioga County Disaster Recovery Center are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Sunday, and that location is in Westfield. However, on Election Day, November 5th, the center will be closed. And on Veterans Day, November 11th, their hours are limited from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.